I don't think I've ever been excited to get out on an endurance bike before, but for clear reasons, this one grabbed my attention and had me really excited to get out and ride it around. We knew this bike was coming when Lachlan Morton broke the record for lapping Australia on it, but just seeing a legend like him break big records doesn't necessarily immortalize a bike. The all-new Synapse is a road bike that's evolved to meet the needs of modern riders who want versatility, comfort, and performance all in one package. I'm Jake, the marketing manager at Bici, and let's dive into the all-new Cannondale Synapse. The Synapse has been part of Cannondale's lineup for over 2 decades now. It started life as their endurance road bike, and it's always been about blending performance with real-world usability. Something you could race, train on, or just ride for fun all day long. But this latest version pushes that idea a lot further. At the heart of the Synapse is an all-new frame set. The geometry is still endurance focused, with a taller stack and shorter reach than something like Cannondale's SuperSix Evo. In a size 54, you're looking at a 570mm stack height and a 381mm reach. That's 15mm taller on the front than the SuperSix and 3mm shorter reach-wise. This puts you in a more upright, comfortable position for longer rides, but still allows you to set the bike up in a relatively aggressive position for an endurance bike. Despite the comfort, the handling is still super responsive. It's not twitchy or nervous. It still has that quick and precise race bike handling. The head tube angle is actually nearly identical to the SuperSix Evo, but it does have a 16mm longer wheelbase, which definitely gives it a bit more stability. In fact, the wheelbase on the Synapse is even longer than the wheelbase on the gravel-oriented SuperX, despite the Synapse having a steeper, more road-focused head tube angle. This makes it feel very planted when cornering off-road, but the front end definitely feels a bit less stable than a pure gravel bike when you're riding it at speed. The frame can now clear 42mm tires, which is a big step forward. It comes stock with 32s, but there's plenty of room to go even wider, which opens the door for dirt roads, light gravel, or even all-weather commuting with Fenders. It also now features a UDH derailleur hanger, which makes sourcing replacement hangers easy, and it also allows you to run the latest drivetrain from SRAM, like this Red Explorer group set. Speaking of SRAM, you'll probably notice that the AXS rear derailleur on this bike is actually wired into the frame. This is because it's connected to Cannondale's latest iteration of the SmartSense system. The first generation of SmartSense felt a bit like an afterthought, with an external battery, an oversized front light, and limited total system integration. The latest generation fits into the built-in Stashport and also illuminates it when you open it, a bit like opening a car glove box. It then connects to the rear light, the radar, the front light, and in the case of AXS bikes like this one, into the rear derailleur as well. You can charge the battery through a built-in port on the down tube without removing it, meaning you can charge all your electronics on your bike in one go. Cannondale claims a maximum 25-hour battery life for the full system with the lights and flash mode. If you're riding into the night, you can expect about 4.5 hours of battery life at the max brightness for both the front and the rear light. If the system dies, you can always throw a standard AXS battery onto the rear derailleur as well, meaning you're not locked into just that one battery. Overall, it's a massive improvement over the previous generation. Fancy electronics aside though, the frame has some subtle aero cues at the front and the rear of the bike to keep it more efficient in the wind. The hidden Stashport has space for more than just the battery though, with a small toolkit or light layer easily fitting in above that as well. It also has hidden fender mounts, letting you run full coverage fenders without ruining the look of the bike, and they're integrated cleanly into the fork and the stays. It's a small touch that shows that Cannondale is thinking about how people are actually riding their bikes. The Lab71 version we have here is the top of the line model. It features Cannondale's Series 0 Carbon, their lightest and highest performing layup, and comes built with SRAM Red AXS XPLR 13-speed, a Quark power meter, reserve 42/49 Aero rims laced to DT180 hubs. Up front, the handlebars are Cannondale's SystemBar, designed in collaboration with Momo Racing, while the seat post is Cannondale's Hollowgram D-shaped post that also appears on the SuperX. On top of that seat post is a Fizik Vento Argo 00 saddle, which shows off Cannondale's commitment to making the Lab71 a fully top-of-the-line build, sparing no expense in any department. On the road, the Synapse feels efficient and stable. It feels snappier than any other endurance bike I've ridden, but not quite as aggressive as an all-out race bike like the SuperSix. It also climbs really well and feels super efficient on steeper climbs when you really have to push out the saddle. But where it really shines is with its comfort and the control you get. Over rough roads or gravel sections, the bike feels planted and predictable. You can run lower pressures with bigger tires, and the frame does a great job of soaking up vibrations without feeling too soft. Most of the comfort of the bike is in the rear end, where you can see the seat tube narrows to offer some flex. The front of the bike still feels very stiff and snappy, almost like a race bike. There's almost no give when throwing down a few sprints with it. I actually almost thought I was on a race bike for a moment when I was out on it. Part of that could have been the stiff racy system bar at the front though. Compared to something like the SuperSix, it's a lot less twitchy and a lot more composed. You can spend hours in the saddle without fatigue creeping in, particularly through the rear of the bike. Plus, if the road gets rough, or you want to take that sneaky gravel connector, it's more than capable off-road. It's not a gravel bike by any means, but it's a road bike that can handle gravel. And that's a really useful sweet spot for a lot of riders. Speaking of gravel, Cannondale SuperX is their pure gravel race bike, and it actually shares a lot of DNA with the all-new Synapse. Both bikes have drop seat stays and thinned out seat tubes, and both utilize the Delta steer tube at the front and the same hologram seat post. But where the SuperX is built for pushing the limit off-road, the Synapse is more of an all-rounder. The Synapse has a steeper head tube, making it feel fast handling on the road, but a bit less stable when you take it off-road. Tire clearance is another area where they've clearly built for different use cases. 5 years ago, 42 mil of tire clearance would have been perfectly adequate for a gravel bike. But in 2025, gravel bikes need at least 45 mil of tire clearance, or maybe 2.2 inches if you ask people in an internet comment section. If you're a gravel first rider looking for something capable of keeping up on road rides, the SuperX probably makes more sense than the Synapse. But if you mostly ride road and want the freedom to mix in dirt or ride through the winter, the Synapse could probably be the better tool for you. Cannondale says this is the most capable road bike they've ever made. And honestly, it's hard to argue with that. It's fast, comfortable, and can handle a surprising variety of terrain. It's not going to replace your gravel bike, but it might keep you off of it more often than you expect. Or if you don't have a gravel bike, it might make it so you don't necessarily need to add one to your stable. If you're looking for one road bike that does a little bit of everything and does it really, really well, the new Cannondale Synapse should absolutely be on your list. So what do you think of the all-new Cannondale Synapse? Is it the endurance bike that's finally going to pull you off of your race bike? Or is it that all-road bike that's finally going to let you get rid of your road and your gravel bike? Or maybe this bike just isn't for you. No matter what, let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one.